Alright, so doing a 4D maze with only one camera, with only one screen. So let's set this up accordingly. Blue will be ascension, descension. Okay, so there. That's the regular maze. And from what we've learned, we've realized that... oh, this is a medium size. I'm not going to be able to do that. Hold on. Let's do a small because medium size takes too long. Alright, here we go. We learned that we can see if there's any ascension or descension points at some point. Alright, so look at this maze. Look at this wonderful maze. This is a wonderful maze. You can't go anywhere. So I'm keeping the ceiling, and the physical ceiling and the spiritual ceiling synced so that there's a pattern to my movement. There, we've descended. So we've gone to the second floor, and this is the new one. Let's see, is there anything up there? So you might say, oh, you just came from up there. No, I didn't. I came from the ascension point. I came from the 4th dimension. So I still have to look up to see if there's anything up there. Is that how you check? Let me see if there's another way to check. I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, no. No, there's nothing. Okay. Let's see if there's anything to the sides. Oh, there's an ascension point right there. And I don't know about anything else. Oh gosh, hold on. No, don't do that. See, now there's 2 ceilings. Now I'm traveling with 2 ceilings. So I have to face up. Get the physical ceiling to replace the hyper ceiling. Is there any way up there? I can't see. No, there's nothing up there. Okay. So there's an ascension point right where I'm standing. Let's see. Okay, so this is the end of this maze, of this particular apartment, this particular floor. Pretty simple setup. Down, there's in there, and there's up there. Let's see if there's any more ascension points besides the one that I'm already in. No, don't. Why did you? What? Oh, maybe because I touched the. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Here, let me try and do this. Okay, now I'm back where I was. There we go. There's an ascension point there, an ascension point up here, and there's nothing else anywhere else. So, wait. I think that counts as an ascension point. Yeah. That does count as an ascension point. That is where we came from. Oh, gosh. Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm just complicating things more than I have to. Okay, so this is where we came from originally. We have to explore that ascension point. This ascension point right here. But there's something I need to make sure of. If I go up here, are there any ascension or descension points? Nope. Okay. I just wanted to make sure of that. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. If you want to check ascension or descension points in this crevice without if you want to check ascension or descension point in this crevice without having to go up there and switch it out, what you have to do is switch out one of these walls. Right? And you can see from there, there's no ascension, there's no descension, there's no light blue, there's no dark blue, or opening in those. So okay, switch it out, switch it back out again. And the only place to explore is this one. Switch it out. Good. We have ascended. Switch it back. And we have this room right here. Alright, so there's way up. So I'm going to check if there's any ascension or descension points here. So let's switch out the ceiling to get the spiritual ceiling. And there's nothing down the hall. Let's see if there's anything over here towards the yellow. There's nothing there either. So let's go back to where we came from so we don't get confused. Alright. So there's nothing here, there's nothing here, and there's nothing there. Okay. But I still need to check up here. I still need to check if there's any ascension or descension up here and up there. So how should we do this? So I don't have to move. Let's switch out the wall. No, nothing. Oh gosh. I could have switched out the yellow wall. Watch this, watch this. Okay. Let's pretend I didn't do that. Because I need to check this one and this one, I need to travel towards green to check both of them, right? Since I need to travel towards green and check both of them, I'll switch out the yellow walls so that I can still travel towards green. And now I can confirm that up there, towards the red, there's no ascension, there's no descension. And let's travel towards green. Okay, then this is the other crevice, but there's no yellow walls, and let's check if there's an ascension or descension. There's no ascension, there's no descension, it's blocked. Huh, okay. Well, what do I do now? Well, let's switch back to the regular walls so I don't get too confused. Oh, okay. Then there's this way up. Okay, so there's no ascension or descension point up here in this crevice, but there is a way out there. And let's take a look at that one. This spot right here, it's blocked in every way. And there's no, in the green, in the yellows, and the red, and there's no ascension or descension point there either. So the only way to go is this one. Okay. So we have this room. Okay. And let's check this layer. Let's check. So there's this top layer right here, and then there's this bottom layer that I'll maybe eventually need to go through. Let's see. Okay. So let's check the top. Let's check the top layer by switching out the ceiling. And the top layer has an ascension point, has two descension points, has a descension point right there and a descension point right there. Okay. Let's switch it back out. Good. And now I want to see if this crevice right here, without walking, I don't want to waste steps, but there is a way to do it. I want to see if this crevice right here, has any ascension or descension points without having to go into it. So what I have to do is switch out one of these walls to replace it with the hyper walls, and look down to see if so I'm going to switch out the yellow walls again, and as you can see, it doesn't have an ascension point or a descension point. So the only ascension points or descension points are, well, you can't see them here. Oh, well, there's one right there, but it looks weird. I'm just going to switch out the walls because I'm getting confused. All right. I'm going to switch out the ceiling. Ascension, there's two descension points. There's one right here and one over here. Now when I switch out the yellow walls, I don't know if it was this one or that one over there. I don't know if it was this one or that one. Descension point, but it had to be one because there's nothing else around here. So I'm going to switch it out again just to kind of explore what's going on in there. Let's see. So there's a descension point in this area, in this crevice, and there's another descension point in this crevice right here. when I switched out the yellow walls, oh, I get it. Okay. That represents ascension, that represents descension, but this is still the same crevice. So of course it's going to show the descension point as a sideways movement instead of a down movement because I replaced the walls instead of the floor. I understand. And I cannot see the descension point over here because I cannot see in that direction. I cannot see the yellow spot or the yellow crevice or the crevice towards the yellow walls in there because I replaced the walls. Okay, that's what that means. Got it. So let's go and explore this descension point first. Descending, and there's the exit. So I don't need to worry about the other descension point. You know what? Just for the heck of it, let's explore the other descension point. So the other descension point is right here. Watch this, watch this. Ooh. Boom. Turn around. What the heck, man? Boom. Oh, I guess it does get complicated. Let's see if there's any descension points in this direction. Look, man, I'm being a master at this. Okay, there's no descension points. That's our way back. And let's see if... Okay, so there's no descension points right there. There's no descension points down here. There might be one in there. I don't know. I need to check. And there might be one in here. I haven't checked. So let's replace the yellow wall. And that one doesn't have any ascension or descension points. I think this is our way back. I think this represents our way back. That's why we can ascend. I'm not sure. But let's replace the yellow wall. Oh no, that means that we can ascend right here. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get lost here. Okay, so this is our way back. But I think, oh yeah, okay. Oh doom, okay, this is crazy. Okay, so this is our way back, and the reason why you can go that way, the reason why you can go this way in the ascension direction is because there is an ascension point where I'm at. Not because there's an opening that way, but where I'm at, the spot where I'm at, it means that there's an ascension point. That means that it doesn't matter what walls I replace. If I replace the green wall, if I replace the ceiling, or if I replace the dark yellow wall, there's always going to be a way to go into it because there's an ascension point. And because there's an ascension point, doesn't matter which way I face, there's always going to be a way to ascend. Do you see that? This is amazing. Watch, the floor becomes the ascension point. So yeah, this just re-emphasizes the fact that that it doesn't matter which way you face, the hyperdimensional direction is following you, is kind of like creeping in the same position that you are. So if you turn right, it's still in the same position. If you turn left, it's still in the same position. Just like if to go up, the up direction will always be that way. It doesn't matter if you turn this way or if you turn that way or if you turn around at 180. Up will always be that way. So the same thing with this. The transdimensional direction will be in the same direction. You can't point to it, not really behind you, but in the same direction, hyperdimensionally. It doesn't matter if you look up, down, left, right. It'll always be in the same direction. So if I look to the green wall, the ascension is right here. If I look down, the ascension is right there the same. All right, so let's go down. Replace the yellow wall. So now I'm getting a better hang of this. As you can see, there's no ascension or descension point there. But there is one up here. I think that place is where I came from. So if I were to be risky, I go back up. Go ascend, go back to the ascension point, and replace the blue walls just so I could restabilize myself or refine myself. The colors are gone, but that's okay because I know that there's a descension point in this box right here. Watch this. Instead of replacing the floor, I'm going to replace the wall. And I know that this place leads to the descension point. The colors are gone, so I don't want to get too confused, so I replace the same ceiling, but right here I'm in where the exit's supposed to be. Yep. I wonder if there's any ascension or descension points here. Watch this, watch this. I'm going to replace that. Boom. Whoa, what the heck happened? If you go in this direction, because that's in the ascension point, if you go in this direction, you won't be any closer to the exit. So let's replace the walls, or let's replace the ceiling. There's no ascension or descension point in this hallway right here. And that's the thorough exploration of an image. With one camera, you just replace walls. So that's really interesting. I mean, what you learn from that is that you can, it's not ascension, it's not descension, it's not left or right, it's not forward and back. It's anything that you can make it. Just replace. You're replacing one dimension, you're sacrificing one dimension for another, and you can choose what dimension you're going to sacrifice in order to look in the transdimensional direction. So that's what I learned from that. I mean, it is a more complicated way to play, though. But yeah, it's like every time you switch out, you're trying to look in a transdimensional direction. Yeah, so I still don't have a hang of what direction I'm going by looking at the colors, at the colors of the walls or the ceilings, but I at least understand that. Interesting stuff.